Whiskey, Wine and Wisdom, featuring your hosts Dan
and James.
Hey buddy Geezy Flappy Boo.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing it again.
Hey.
You know, we're halfway to 10 episodes now, which means I think this is like we're sort of, you know, it's almost halfway significant, you know.
I do think as we get more episodes, I know I said it before, we need to get a best of. Do like a best of.
I don't think we've got enough. Do you have to have like a few nuggets first, and like, you know, Friends did a best of after like 4 seasons, so I think we got a little bit of a way to go, you know. You put a turkey on your head.
I'll do it so everyone can see it on the camera.
There's no camera.
There's no camera.
There's no camera.
Yeah. I've done derp again.
Okay, all right. So we did a poll last week. We didn't tell anyone about the poll. And then we had like 5 votes on the poll, and breakfast won. We had like a vote for rats, and no one voted for porn, which is baffling to me. But I think we'll definitely. I'm putting that. I'm tucking that away for another time.
That's what she said. Sorry.
It's insightful rhetoric. We're just yeah. Anyway, so I've done my research.
I've looked at some bits too. I think you're going to find I've been quite a bit more insightful than I have been in my past.
Yeah?
No.
Okay, so I love breakfast. I just want to start with that. I really love breakfast. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm like, I'm really enjoying reading about breakfast. I've watched loads of little YouTube videos on like different breakfasts and I mean, most of them weren't that interesting in terms of facts, but I really like it. Like my favourite dinner is breakfast. Like that's really like, and like one of my favourite meal out is going out for breakfast. It's like my favourite thing. So
I must admit, it is always cheeky if you can go out somewhere for breakfast when you don't have your branded cereal of some sort. You guys, it's cheeky. It's like your flavoursome friend who likes to give you hugs.
You chumbo.
Yeah,
I got the Wikipedia. Hang on a sec. I'm going to read some bullshit about breakfast.
Can we still refer to them as Breakfacts?
I think we should.
What is it? I don't know why we wouldn't.
Breakfacts. Sure. In Old English, a regular morning meal was called morgen meat, and the word dinner, which originated from Gallo-Romance déjeuner, to break one's fast, that's déjeuner, not déjeuner. What's déjeuner?
Breakfast in French.
It's breakfast in French.
Le petit déjeuner.
Oh, déjeunare, to break one's fast, referred to a meal after fasting, literally breaking one's fast. Around the mid-13th century, that meaning of dinner faded away, and around 15th century, breakfast came into use in written English to describe a morning meal. There you go.
There goes my first fact.
Oh shit! Sorry, that was introduction. But yeah, I was just like, anyway, all right, go on. All right, that counts as a fact. Fact me, go on, fact. Well, fact boy. I'm going to say clearly shit this time. Oh, can I also? I it's been pointed out to me that last week I used the phrase, a bit of a nonce but a bit of a ledge, while referring to Elvis Presley. Now, a couple of things. Firstly, that sentence can't ever exist. Obviously, one precludes the other, so you can't. Yeah, no, I'm. Yeah, that's totally correct. And also, I should caveat. Allegedly, all right. So I don't know he did anything nonsense. I just know he met someone who became his wife at 14. She moved in with him at 16, and it's a bit fucking weird. And he married her at 21, but it's a bit weird having any kind of relationship. The fact that it becomes romantic after a while, it's at least as weird as the Woody Allen thing. You know, it's like I can't say anything wrong happened here, but it looks bad. So. Anyway, but yeah, the fact that he did anything wrong is completely alleged, and I'm not saying that. People of the time did, because it was fucking Wild West back then, but rock stars and that. But and also the bit of alleged thing, he was a bit of alleged. So, but yeah, that was all. Just thought I'd just yeah, there you go. Allegedly. Hopefully that saves me from getting sued my arse off of. Anyway, fact away.
Well, first of all, before I preclude any facts Do we not rock, paper, scissors anymore? Or is that just...
Well, no, because you said the introduction fucked your fact, so I thought that must have counted as a fact.
Oh, okay.
I took it from you there. Took it.
Right, so I'll go for it. So, the morning meal is called breakfast because it signifies the act of breaking the fast that occurs overnight whilst we sleep. When we wake up in the morning, we break the period of not eating, hence term break fast. It is an opportunity to provide nourishment and replenishing energy stores after fasting period. So you would say it's about the same as your intro, but worded differently.
Yes.
Cool. Right. Fact one done.
Fact one done. Tick, tick. We tick the box. Good job. Excellent. Everyone, well done. I'll insert some applause there. Yeah.
Yay!
Dan's the best. Make love to me, Dan.
Yeah. Lovely. Right. Are you gonna fact them up?
Oh, okay. That was your fact.
Yeah.
All right. So, a lot of things I thought I knew about breakfast aren't true, and I didn't think this would be as interesting as it actually was. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it isn't on the whole, but because I'm dictating what we're listening to, everyone who's listening has to find it interesting. That's how it works.
Enjoy.
I'm in your fucking mind. So, right, the idea that it boosts your metabolism and you should have breakfast in the morning, right? It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. It doesn't boost your metabolism. It's complete bullshit. It's just extra food, right? It's like extra calories in the morning. So they did a 3-year study, found it didn't increase metabolic rate. However, people who have breakfast tend to move more, expend more energy. But that does not, correlation is not causation. So they can say, right, you're more likely to be an active bug if you have breakfast, but you are shoveling down an extra 500-600 calories or whatever the fuck, right? You're knocking back your cornflakes. It doesn't boost your metabolism though. It doesn't actually make you burn more calories. So eating food weirdly doesn't make you lose weight. That's not a thing. But if you're, say, going to have a hard day moving, like, if you're a fucking brickie or something and you're like, I'm going to be shoveling it, you probably want a bit of breakfast because you do, you will need the energy, although you don't need it. The idea of like having to eat 3 times a day or 4 times a day or whatever the fuck, right? That isn't necessarily useful. So metabolism boost, bullshit. You don't need breakfast. It's low bollocks. Anyway, that was it. Fact. Go on. Next one.
So you're trying to muscle in on my BS factor. Well, I'm going to call BS on some shit later on.
Cool, yes. No, breakfast, most important meal of the day. Go for it, go.
Right. So, what did they eat for breakfast in the Victorian times? And breakfast was, in the north of England Victorian days, 100 years ago, a vast affair of cold hams, venison pies, ham and egg, kippers, Easter hedge pudding, which is a concoction of sorrel, nettles and barley, mix of egg and butter, fresh breads, creams, curds and marmalades, served with wines and mead. Yeah.
The more I've learnt about like old English breakfasts over the course of this, right?
Old English breakfast.
It's like, how the fuck did they move? Like they, but like their breakfasts were vast, and like I'll get into it in a bit, but it seems like they were just showing off. Like breakfast was the way to show off. You'd have these more and more elaborate, huge breakfasts. You're like, Pennisworth, come with me. We're going to go hunting today. So before we go out, let's have a lovely. And they just, it was like a flex. It was like just your way of showing how much of look how ridiculous my estate is. Look at the fucking size of my breakfast table. you probably just have like a bit of oats at your fucking piece of shit house. But look at mine. Look at that. I'm having quail's armpit or, goose's neck or whatever some bizarre, ridiculous food you've even heard of, right? And hang on a sec. Dog break. You in the dog?
Okay, dog.
Dog's coming. Dogs.
Wow, wow. Oh.
We've got scrabbling. Dog scrabbling all around me. Smally small dog.
Bow wow wow.
Bow wow wow. Bow wow wow. Okay.
He's a small one, and his name is Stanley. Captain Stanley. Bow wow wow.
Okay.
Woof woof. He's gonna talk. He's talking.
Oh, he's not even sniffing.
He's not.
Okay, he's making no sounds. Anyway, but the important thing is that breakfast is nice, and it always was. But that's not true. You've done your fact. That's my time, isn't it?
I just want some venison pie now for breakfast. I'm just saying.
I feel like we've lost to go from venison pie to fuck off dog, venison pie to cornflakes. We have taken a bit of a jump. We've lost something. Okay. What the fuck? I've obviously done some autocorrect shit. The full English breakfast or fry-up has been around since the 13th century. Later on, as I was saying, it became before they go on a hunt, they would have this lavish meal beforehand, and it used to have all kinds of shit. They used to literally, it was more and more elaborate. And what happened was, you'd have the aristocracy used to do that and to show off to other aristocrats, and then in the sort of the mid Dark Ages, it was sort of 15th, 16th centuries when you started to have a different class of people who wealthy people. They weren't just noblemen, aristocracy. They were just rich bastards who started to emulate the aristocracy because that's the best way you could do. Basically, if you were new money, you've fucking built the first printing press and you've got your factories going in the Industrial Revolution or the early stages of it. You're making all this money. You want to do whatever you can to emulate the rich bastards. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna have their breakfast. So
bacon and eggs money.
Bacon and eggs money. Look at all this steak I'm having for breakfast. How big is my wallet?
And venison pie.
Venison pie. Venison pie is a euphemism. So, slapping down the venison pie on the table and saying, look at that. Look at the crust on that, love. And that's what they're doing. And that's what it was. It was just a flex. And I just think, I don't know, that's kind of interesting. And I've got so many more facts about that. I don't want to piss on you because I piss on your chips, mate. That'd be bad. Go on.
I think no matter if we have the same facts, mine are going to be slightly differently worded and things anyway. So
I watched so many videos about it, and I've waffled on I could probably just waffle on for
breakfast waffle.
Very good, very good. Well, I did say it, so I think I should get some other credit there. But anyway, go on, do your thing.
So. I think I touched on some Aztec thing last time.
Aztecs, go on.
Yeah, but most Aztecs ate twice a day. The first after a few hours of morning work, and the second during the hottest hour of the day, around 3 o'clock. Breakfast would usually be maize porridge with chilies or honey, a bit of a difference, or tortillas, beans, and sauce. I think that sounds like a good. I'd have maize porridge with chilies. How can you do chilies or honey or tortillas? They don't come under the same category. I don't get it.
You're definitely going to do that now, aren't you?
All of them.
Yeah, no, you're going to tomorrow morning. That'll be your breakfast. Now you said it.
That's going on my Tesco shopping list.
Damn right. Let me know. Give me a score out of 10. I want to know.
This podcast sponsored by Tesco's online shopping for you and me.
It started.
And I'll get my Actimel on there as well.
Oh yeah, spoke about Actimel. God, and should we get whiskey wine? Should we stop fucking and I don't know. Yeah. What's a reputable whiskey brand?
Well, I think I've been looking, and I keep looking at things like the So with our whiskies, I tended to go away from the Jack Daniel's side of things. But
sorry.
But I got a bottle of the said Jack of the Daniel for Christmas, and because it's been so long since I've had it, I really bloody enjoyed it.
You can't fuck with Jack. You can't do it. There's certainly that is just good, and it's it's mainstream. Yeah, it's not it's not the poshest shit, but it's you can't fuck with Jack. Jack's great, and all the the weird the one-offs, the weird they had the sort of special editions and stuff. They're so good. That Apple Jack. Oh,
that was
the black. Is it black cherry one?
Oh, I've not had the Jack Daniel's black cherry. I've had the Jim Beam one.
That might be the Jim Beam. I love Jim Beam. Jim Beam's another one that I just you can't go wrong with Jim Beam.
So many sponsors we're getting right now,
mate. Anything like that.
But
we'll get on to we'll do it all through Tesco's, and they sell all this stuff, so it's fine. Yeah, so Tesco's, sponsored by Tesco's. Provisionally, allegedly sponsored by Tesco's.
This is sponsored by the word allegedly. And the number 3.
Three bottles of whiskey, please.
Gentleman's Jack has been reduced at Sainsbury's at the moment.
Oh, limited.
Sponsored by Sainsbury's as well.
So let's get on that. Everyone, get on there now. It's a good time. Okay, I've got some loosey goosey facts of just the sort of things you might have for English over the years. The things that appeared as staples, not just like, one guy had it once. These were staples of an English breakfast over the years. Okay, here's a list. Fried halibut steaks.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Fried whiting.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Stewed figs.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Pheasant legs. Pork crackling. Bone marrow. Collared tongue.
That.
Melton Mulberry pot pie.
Oh yeah.
For breakfast. Fried cheek.
Oh, that sounds weird, but I bet it's delicious.
Large pork chops.
Yeah.
Now, these were staples, as I say, of the rich and upper classes. This was all standardised and simplified in the 50s with the advent of the greasy spoon. And what they do is they chuck these greasy spoons and they would offer posh breakfast for hard-working chaps at in industrial estates and by docks. And over the time, it became more advantageous and simpler to just do the old bacon, mushrooms, tomatoes, toast, sausages, all the stuff you're used to, right?
Venison pie,
obviously a standard down a greasy spoon. And that was the working men at the time. So that was the 50s. That's when the greasy spoon and the fry up we know it today, that's when it got set in stone. And then it became the thing that you would like, I had this at home. And then you bring it home and you say, hey, my lady, Mrs., while you're in the kitchen anyway, can you knock me out one of these? Because, the past was different and you could do that. Try it now. It's just not gonna, but yeah, I'm saying you could do that. You sort of say, my darling, could you get down? I can't. I'm not going to do.
you can't. No, hey, darling, can you go in the kitchen, put them at the stove?
There we go. All right. Yeah, you. Yeah, you could be the sexist 50s hubby from up north. That'll be been down mans all day. I can't do it. I can. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So you just shut the fuck up, dog. You're being a bell piece.
He's very squeaky.
He's very squeaky. He's chewing his bum. He likes it. Oh, he wanted to scratch. Hang on a sec. Scratch break.
Scratch break. Scratch break.
Okay, all done. Okay. Musical dog ass. Okay, do you want another fact? I got more, but I can waffle on.
Again, sponsored by.
I can pancake on. I can venison pie on.
That's got to be a new saying for now.
I think we might need to make a venison pie.
So, stop it. Why is this going? So, what is the typical German breakfast? This
sausages.
Okay, this the main.
Scheiße.
Okay, this
beer.
Es ist mein Bratwurst.
Bratwurst and beer. That's gotta be it, right? Lederhosen.
Oh, Lederhosen, eine venison pie.
Essen mein Scheiß.
Yeah, I don't know German. All I learnt at school was Ich bin dick. 1, because it sounds funny, and 2, because I'm a portly gentleman.
Mm.
And
Ich will.
Ich will.
Ich will.
Ich mein Durchbestimmt sein. Bit of Ramstein. Sponsored by Ramstein.
Sponsored by Ramstein via Tesco's. Please tell me German breakfast. For God's sake, stop stalling, man.
So
you're leaving us all in the dark here.
Would
you just say it, for Christ's sake? James, come on.
How do you turn your fucking mic on?
Mine doesn't have a switch.
Switches.
God, sorry.
So the main staple. Let me say this. So what is the German breakfast? The main staple is bread or bread rolls. Sometimes croissants nowadays, topped with butter and things like cheese, ham, Leberwurst, which is a meat spread, smoked salmon, but often also sweet, like jam, Nutella, and einen honey.
So, sorry. So German breakfast is effectively croissants with pate on them.
Yeah.
That's a French breakfast.
Well, the croissant...
You just listed off all the French breakfast, apart from like, you know, snails and quails, whatever the fuck. But like that is, I just there's no sausage here at all.
Well,
don't they know what they're good at? Come on, and beer. There should be some stout beer.
You'd think so. The problem is, whenever I think of anything German, like food, anything like that related, I just think of Oktoberfest.
Ah, yes.
And one time the Stein, they know what to do.
They know what to do.
But I don't know how I'd feel about putting Leberwurst meat spread.
It's just pate, isn't it?
Yeah, but on a croissant.
You'd have to have that. I mean, I'm not a huge pate fan, but I will pate in the right circumstance. Pate on some nice butter on a croissant.
Although,
rub it in your gums.
I did like pate Banton. Bye. I must admit I was a clown to be
fooling around, but that doesn't mean that you have to leave town. Come back,
baby.
Yeah, but no.
Sponsored by Pate Banton.
Pato Banton.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Pate Banton. Yeah.
Come back.
I had him on tape. I had that on tape.
Mate, deep cuts. Yeah. 4 people in the country know that song now. And one of them's Pate Banton. Real name, Eric Smith. All right. Boozy breakfasts.
Get in.
Yeah. So traditionally, many cultures had booze for breakfast. The Romans, they had watered wine. They had watered wine for everything because watered wine was a good way, because of alcohol, and it was a good way to drink water without, you know, because the alcohol would generally fuck off any disease and shit. So they used to have wine for every meal, but they have wine for breakfast. They have wine with like cold meats and generally leftovers from the dinner before. So that was what they used to do to break their fast. The British soldiers and sailors were regularly given rum as part of their breakfast ration. Breakfast rum on a boat.
Rum.
Yeah. Seaman. And Egyptians, because they were largely given beer because water was, such, you know, Africa. Everything would kill you in Africa. So all water would kill you. So beer was the only, because it was fermented, the alcohol would kill the, and it was generally very low alcohol, like sub 2%. So the alcohol was enough to make the water that was in the beer safe, but it was also, you know, like liquid bread. So you just beat this like, and also beer in Egypt wasn't the same as beer today. It was like, it was probably stouter and thicker, and it would fill you up. It was like eating chewy. It was just like you know, like a thick stout, like a low alcohol stout.
Just had an idea.
We make Egyptian beer.
No.
We drink stout.
No.
Please.
We need to invent beer bubble gum.
Beerable gum.
Beer bubble gum.
Trademark, patent applied.
Yeah.
No point trying to trademark that. We will have that sorted by the time we put this out, okay? Beerable gum. Okay. I mean, no, that's a shit idea. No one wants that. You want to chew on beer?
I'd want constant.
No, you do it once out of curiosity, like the HD sunglasses. You do it once. You're not going to keep chucking up on, you know, like Wrigley's beer flavour. You're not doing it.
HD sunglasses. Oh, put these glasses on. Everything looks so clear and real.
Yeah, like, wow. 4K eyeballs. Fucking hell. All right, so
yeah. Although I saw online from some online retailers, what's it called? What's KFC? It's like southern fried chicken boiled sweets. They're sweets which taste like southern fried chicken. I almost bought them out of curiosity.
Wasn't it? It was like a bacon website. It had everything was bacon. And you could have like, it was baconaise and bacon, all that sort of, everything was bacon. And I was like, I don't want everything bacon. I want bacon that's bacon. You know, I feel like you're cheapening bacon.
Because bacon, not bacon.
I think bacon. I think sometimes bacon. I think bacon should be special. I think you cheapen it by making everything bacon. You know, if you have, you know, Trebor bacon chews, mate, you want it. They'll do it. You know,
smoked bastard.
No, I mean you've already got Walker's bacon flavour. I'll accept that, but when you start chucking it in, the sweet aisle as well, I feel like you've crossed the line, and I feel like it's a line we can't come back from. Okay. I just feel that. Okay.
So any sweet manufacturers out there,
fuck off.
Leave the fucking bacon.
Stop it.
Oi.
In fact, no. I tell you what. No. All right. No. Can I just? Stay away from pigs. All right, just leave pigs alone. Because they're amazing, and they make all these wonderful. British breakfasts are 90% pig. Let's face it.
Yeah.
You've got to give it to them, right? I mean, you can have a steak with you at your breakfast, but you don't need it. What
Nope.
the shit? Silent mode, man. Come on.
Sorry.
Professionalism. People respect. They need this.
I'm sorry if I've
Violated the trust.
So, anyway, pigs, bacon, steak, breakfast. You saying about
Pigs. I was having a rant about pigs. Peppa Pig, right? So, I don't watch it anymore because the girls moved on. My daughter's moved on. But I went through it with both my kids. And I think all parents in the last 20 years in this country have had to deal with Peppa Pig, right? And I hate that show.
he hates it?
I hate it so much. Although pigs are great. And Daddy Pig is a bloody gentleman, right? He's a bloody gentleman, right? All he does is take it on the chin. All they do is crap on him. All they do is tell him how stupid and fat he is. And he goes to work and he comes home. He runs that place. He bloody runs it, right?
He
comes home.
the bacon.
He brings home the bacon. He comes home and he makes dinner. You know what Mummy Pig does, right? She's just an empowered woman, and she doesn't do jack shit. She doesn't do anything. She plays on the computer, divs about. She's like, I'm going to work too. Where are you going? The gym with my friends. I'm like, no. No. It's like this overcorrection of like gender. I don't know what it is they're trying to do, but it's like, I don't like it. It's because they've made her just seem like this fucking useless bloody sponge, and Daddy Pig is such a bloody ledge. And he comes home and they go, why are you so fat, Daddy Pig? And he's just like, I'm just trying my best, worked all day, came home, and I made dinner because nobody else fucking did, and I guess I'll tidy up your room too, Peppa. You're so fat, Daddy. Oh yes, of course I am. And he just takes it on the chin, and I can't take credit for this as well, right? All right, another thing, right? So Peppa Pig, right? Sorry, just let me do this, right? James is sighing, right?
We have got us. We've hit a nerve with Dan.
So no, Peppa Pig, Susie Sheep, Pedro Pony, Danny Dog, many more. They all have the alliteration, right? They all have the first letter of the name is the same as what they are, right? Okay?
Okay.
George. Just George Pig. Georgie Pig. They just didn't give a crap, did they? Name a boy's name beginning with P.
Percy.
There you go. Straight away. Piece of piss, right? Piece of piss pig. That would have been fine, right? But no, George. Everyone else, the whole community, everyone, Rebecca Rabbit, bloody, I don't know, Alan Alligator, I don't know, whatever the fuck, right? But fucking George Pig. Georgie Pig. They could not have made it clear they hate that pig. I'm saying George Pig was clearly, and it's clear to me, he was an accident. They didn't want him, and now they're stuck with him, and all he does is cry, and he's a pain in the ass. And him, Mo Pig, should just fuck off and leave Daddy Pig alone, because you got a Pepper there, it's her show, but fact, come on, you do another fact. I need a minute.
You can donate £1 today for the Dan Anti-Peppa Pig Trust. If you can just leave £1, and then Dan can stop watching Peppa Pig. Hi. Dan is in desperate need of help from people. Please, be kind to each other. Pigs. There's lots of hand waving going on here.
Sorry, I had a moment. Okay. Next fact. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I'll do that. That's fine.
So my next fact, right? Peppa Pig isn't known.
Hashtag justice for Daddy. That's so fucked.
Okay, so this, weirdest breakfast orders. Cornflakes in Carling lager.
I'll try it.
I'm sure that's been on bottom.
I'm sure it's been on bottom. And Memberhaven badly.
Yeah. want to watch that now.
I want to watch that now. Yeah. First series had Harry Enfield in it.
I know, right? Was he the roommate?
He was the roommate. He was the roommate, and then they fucked him off, and Neil Morrissey came and do it.
That's it.
But yeah, it was blew my mind when I first saw that. I was like, what? He's not supposed to be there. That's Neil Morrissey's room. Get out of his room.
That's it. Back off.
Yeah. Good stuff, though.
Yeah. It's the next one. Scrambled eggs on toast with no egg. The problem is these facts didn't actually explain how that happens. Scrambled eggs on toast with no eggs. That's just toast.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it's fucking weird. It's a weird order that someone said it. I think that's all. A bag of uncooked pasta and a jar of Lloyd Graceman's tomato garlic sauce, which the guest then cooked inside the kettle in his room.
Sorry, this is just a list of weird breakfast people have done.
This is the weirdest that people have ordered.
Oh, they've ordered that.
Yeah.
They've ordered it cooked in a kettle.
No, so they've ordered a bag of uncooked pasta and a jar of Lloyd Graceman's tomato and garlic sauce. So they got a tomato and garlic pasta sauce, and they just put it in the kettle and boiled it up together.
It's weird.
I don't think that'd work.
Oh, God damn it. Bloody dog. Ignore him. You go away.
So then we got smoked salmon and scrambled eggs for the dog. So someone ordered that for the dog.
Nice.
This is not one for me. Not like the others have been. But my wife might like this one.
Go on.
Weetabix spread with Marmite. I hate Marmite. I can't stand it. Love Twiglets though.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm weird.
I like Marmite. I prefer Vegemite for our Australian listeners.
Oh, if we get Australian listeners now because we've mentioned Vegemite. G'day, mate. Welcome.
Sponsored by Vegemite.
Good morning to you.
I reckon I get Vegemite. It's a little bit less harsh than Marmite, I find. It's a bit more agreeable. I like it. I like it a lot. And can I say, hello to our Malaysian listeners. Somehow we've got loads of, some people in Malaysia listening. I think that's insane.
I feel very, very honoured.
I do
honoured
too.
that it's gone.
I should have learnt how to say thank you for your patronage in Malaysian, but I didn't. I'll learn it for next time. Keep listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do not represent the rest of the UK. I'm sorry for everything we're saying in the language and the content of our characters. It's appalling, and I'm sorry. It's beneath us.
Next week's episode is a Malaysian special. No, that would just cause so much offence.
Oh, no, I'd shut the fuck up. No, shut up.
So, another weird breakfast order. I've only got a few more of these. A king prawn vindaloo and a boiled egg.
That's Lister.
Yeah.
That's totally a Lister breakfast.
I'm going to skip this one because this one actually sounds something that I would like. And, but I thought smoked salmon and HP sauce.
Ugh.
Yeah. Steak and spaghetti. I'd like this, but not for breakfast. A plate of fried onions.
No, not for... No.
And some people who know me might understand why I'd like this one. So, yoghurt, standard, with pepper. I like pepper.
You do have pepper, but yoghurt?
I don't think I'd have it on the yoghurt. I just like the thought of pepper. I like lots of pepper.
Yeah, I've seen you eat breakfast. I remember.
Yeah.
You go to like one of those breakfast places, you got like 20 sachets of pepper.
But they were designated for their own things.
Yeah, no, they did. Like, you're for left egg, you're for right egg, you're for egg yolk. And you're like, that's each sachet. It was so much pepper.
I've got a pot at home.
I'm sure you do. James's pot. Don't share my pepper.
Well, it's that pepper in the little packets, little paper packets. They don't taste like normal pepper.
They do. They're pepper.
And if you accidentally pick up too many when you're out, you can't put them back. COVID, isn't it? So you can't. You don't want to be dirty, taking other people's
COVID. It's like Brexit, mate. Fucking Brexit. That's like, I need to take pepper home.
These peppers taking up breakfast jobs.
Yeah. These pepper sachets on these fucking boats.
Yeah, that's all my weird breakfast orders. Oh no, it wasn't. There was a second page. A plate of fried onions, chicken and salad with vegetables. Yeah. 5 rashers of bacon in porridge.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we'll make that. We'll tie it together. Bit of maple syrup to stir it in.
You're dirty. I'll do it.
I do it, mate. I might even sprinkle in some raisins. I'm crazy about it.
It's cheeky.
Bit of cinnamon. Oh, I'm getting a bit of trouble now. That's really...
Can we turn this podcast off for a bit, please?
We'll be back in a minute.
A curry omelette. I'd give that a go.
No.
Ribeye steak and chips. I wouldn't do that for breakfast.
That sounds alright, but I mean, I'd like that with a fry up, as part of a fry up.
Yeah.
Although I don't think, and this is controversial perhaps, I don't think you should have chips with a breakfast.
I'd have a hash brown. I wouldn't have chips.
Yeah.
They're the same thing basically, but well, no, they both got potato in it.
I'm sure there's onion in hash browns, and they're proper.
Yeah.
You got onion,
Yeah.
but still, I would too. Hash brown is a breakfast carbohydrate, and chips are a lunch or evening carbohydrate. I just don't think you should have chips with it. I think it's just to bulk it out, so you don't want as much bacon. I think it's a trick, and we shouldn't let them trick us. Come on, we know better than this. Rule Britannia, you know.
Last ones. I got a few more. So eggs and Liam Perrin sauce.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. Saying that, I'll see lots of these programs. Crap day, television like King of Queens or American stuff. Oh, well, breakfast, have my eggs. I've got hot sauce on eggs. I thought that was just a dickhead thing, but I like Tabasco sauce.
I don't egg. I can't. My mum keeps chickens, and I don't really do eggs. I mean, I'll make a cake. I'll make an omelette. Not an omelette. I'll make a pancake, but I can't. I just eggs when it's overtly eggy. I just get like egged out. I'm like, yeah.
I'll scramble it. I like scrambles.
I just don't really anything that's just egg. I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I'm just
3 more. Dried Weetabix. No. Miso soup.
Okay.
Miso soup. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, miso soup.
I think I saw it.
Japanese,
once.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Japanese thing. I don't know if it's like a seaweed type thing or not.
No, well, miso is a flavour paste, I think. But yeah, I've had miso soup. It's nice.
Miso, fighting in the dojo. Miso, the best knife in the world. Sorry, sponsored by Mighty Boosh. Sorry. And this one. This is. I want a poll on this. Huh?
He's climbing up a pole.
Muesli with no milk. The reason I want to do a poll is it. It's not a H&H thing, but I call it muesli.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of the world calls it muesli.
Yeah.
My lovely wife.
Oh, what does she do, please?
I love you. She calls it muesli. She's like a child.
Muesli.
That's my muesli.
My muesli.
It's next to your tummy on the side.
Oh, I love muesli. Oh.
But just to say, out of all the dickhead things I do, right, that's the only one thing.
Yeah, you've got. It's taken you 20 years. You found one chink in the armour.
It's like, not even a chink. It's quite cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
But she is now called muesli for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. It's her fault for being otherwise lovely.
Yeah.
That's on her.
Damn you.
Damn you for having no other character defects, you bitch.
But that's all my weird breakfast.
Okay. All right. Next fact.
Fact.
In the Middle Ages, having breakfast was taboo. It was considered to be a lowly thing. Basically meant you were a pauper. All right. So the rich classes. This is before, like I say, the rich classes. Like so, they're talking nobility. Like the upper classes were bred in. They were fucking. It was just pure nepotism. So like there was no like I made a lot of money on the railroad. No. This is before all that, right? There was no workhouses. It was like you were a lord, or in some way in the aristocracy, or you worked the damn field. If you worked the field, you needed breakfast because you needed the energy for the back-breaking labour. But everyone else, nope. And having breakfast would make you akin to a pauper in the field. So it was almost shameful to have breakfast. So you wouldn't have breakfast. It only became acceptable when they were like later on they're going out for a hunt. So sorry, can you let that prick of a dog in? He's just you can't hear. Hopefully you can't hear this. He's just scrabbling at the door and whining because he wants to be in on the pod. He just likes to be part of this. Come on, weasel dog, weasel. Okay, come here. You get to sit. No talking. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. But yeah. So aristocracy didn't have breakfast, and what they'd have is they'd have a small meal, like middle of the day. It would be like that'd be their first meal of the day. Would be like, and then they have a big meal. The main meal of the day was dinner, which was like a big banquet every night. So you'd have this vast banquet every night, and then you'd basically have a small, like, you know, maybe a sandwich, just to get you through the day. But that was it. And it was basically, so the aristocracies in the Middle Ages were intermittent fasting, and they were doing it without knowing it. But that was what we do today, and it's very fashionable to do that, isn't it? We'll just have one meal a day.
Yeah.
They were doing it to seem posh. That was basically what they did.
Would you say breakfast was a lonely meal then? Such a lonely meal, and it's mine.
Okay. I had no idea.
The most loneliest meal in my life. Sponsored by System of a Down, or just Darren from Anyway.
Yeah, it's a bad song.
I still like it.
I know you're entitled to like it. It's wrong. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Do you have a fact?
I have a factoid. A tiny fact.
Spew factual fluids.
Breakfast in Japan. What do you mean? You've never had tofu for breakfast? So, it's a popular choice.
Sorry. What? They have tofu for breakfast?
Well, to have this fact, it's a popular choice in Japan, along with fish and rice. Soak it in soy sauce, and you got yourself one delicious, semi-healthy breakfast.
I saw a bunch of Japanese breakfasts, and they made me feel bad. Like that, they have like fermented soybeans mixed in with a raw egg and rice. And they just like mush it all together and just eat it with chopsticks, and it's like this gelatinous goo, and it was like it's like grey, looked like monkey brains. It looks just foul, and I was like, mates, I don't know. I mean, I must say, like, that's the thing I looked at. Like, they tend to have rice for almost every meal, and that's right across the Asian continent. I think Indonesia, Malaysia. Japan, China, they all seem to have rice as part of a staple of breakfasts, which seems odd to me, but I guess it's fairly, unflavoured. You can do anything with it, really.
I think it tastes really rice.
Thank you. Thank you for trying. I really appreciate that. You could have, it's fair rice.
No, I'm not that guy.
No, neither am I. We don't advocate for any of that sort of nonsense here.
No.
Okay, next fact. Breakfast as it currently was largely a marketing stunt. Okay? Okay, so the American meat industry employed Edward Bernay, who's known as the father of all propaganda, by today's standards, because his examples, they use it in marketing today. The stuff he set up, right?
I thought you was going to say the father of Bernay's sauce.
That is a lucky coincidence. I think Bernay's sauce actually predates him. I think it's older than this. Was in the 20th century.
True fact.
I'll carry on. Anyway, so the meat industry were like, they wanted to boost sales of their pork. They had a huge surplus of pork. I think this was in the 30s and 40s. After the Second World War, so they were trying to boost the idea of. So they got onto him, and he started a campaign by going to medical professionals and had them push that sausages and bacon were part of a healthy breakfast. And they used to have like these cards going out with pictures of a fry-up for breakfast, like sausages, bacon, eggs, all these things we think is a standard now, but specifically meat. Sales skyrocketed, and nowadays these foods are synonymous with breakfast. That was what he did. This was not the standard in the sort of 19th century. People did not have meat for breakfast. Meat was an evening meal thing almost exclusively, especially in America.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, you're going to want meat for breakfast? And they're like, well, yeah, goddamn right, I want meat for breakfast. And that's what cigarettes with that players. And that's what they did. But that was what they did. They have coffee and meat, Sharon. And so.
If you couldn't hear, Dan's
savagely beating the dog. Savagely. Licking his penis now. James, factoid. Speak your truth.
It's an ancient British tradition.
Ancient.
The idea of an English... Sorry. This next fact is going to be brought to you by Patrick Stewart. It's an ancient British tradition. The idea of the English breakfast as a national dish goes right back to the 13th century and the country house of the gentry, explains Gisbull, chairman of the English Breakfast Society, who has spent considerable time researching the first meal of the day. In an old Anglo-Saxon tradition of hospitality, households would provide hearty breakfast for visiting friends, relatives and neighbours. I'm Patrick Stewart. Would you join me in a laugh if I said Wolf's head looks like a fanny? You would? Oh, hi, I'm back now. I've got the mic back.
Oh, wow. You just missed Patrick Stewart was here. It was crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's so much taller than you think he'd be.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've got a good one. Okay. Now, everyone knows this anyway, but I'm going to go into it anyway. So, Kellogg's cornflakes were created as part of a strategy to promote health and stop you wanking. Did you know that? You didn't know that?
I knew about the not wanking bit, but health. I don't.
Right, so John Harvey Kellogg and his brother Will ran a family business at the Battle Creek Sanitarium. I thought, he's a mental asylum, but no, it's a health and wellness centre, and they believed that, amongst other things, that masturbation was a carnal sin. That was one of their precepts, one of the main driving forces. So they were like, but they genuinely believed in abstinence of all things that were extreme. So bland life. So unseasoned food, bland food, high fibre, no masturbation, no sex, nothing crazy, no crazy flavours, just nothing of too exciting. That was what they considered to be. No, I know, it was like they just sucked. They just proper sucked, right? So they started making cornflakes as a on site for their clients at the health spa as part of a bland diet. So like cornflakes today they were literally made to be bland. If you think they're boring without all the honeys and nuts and all the stuff to make them sexy, right? That's because that was the point. They're literally boring the cereal because they were like trying to keep you regular, pure and holy and unexcited. All right. They mass marketed in breakfast as a whole as the most important meal of the day. That was the most important meal of the day. That was something that they coined. And that was something that, and they also had this huge magazine that they were the editors on. Well, no, I mean the main guy, what's his name, John Harvey Kellogg. He was the editor of this health food magazine, which they promoted, and they promoted their own stuff through it, including cornflakes, which became this huge, brand chain. But that was all tied back to this idea of abstinence, and he also, linked to this, but they helped promote and they got in with a lot of medical professionals the idea of circumcision as a standard, but the main reason was to stop wanking.
They got on to circumcision. So
where do cornflakes come from?
I'm so glad I don't eat them. And that's the only reason I've never eaten cornflakes, because they're like
bowl of foreskins.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But no, but the reason that he had a huge amount of sway. This is the late 19th century, and they had and the early 20th. But they had a huge amount of sway, and they had this fitness and health magazine, and they set the tent poles like, so they were like, you should get it's really healthy, and they got a lot of medical professionals to sign off on this to say, yes, absolutely, you should get your kids circumcised because it'll stop them bashing and it'll be really good for them, and it's good because it was before they had any kind of standards to advertise anything, so they could just say any old shit. So they just said, yeah, no, it's good for you. It's good, it stops you getting. So that's why, as I never understood, right? You know, like American Pie and all this stuff you see, all these like young sort of teen comedies, right? They're always bashing it into socks. And they've always got hand cream next to the bed. You're like, it was understood that that's for. You're like, why are they doing that? And it's because they've got no foreskins. They need equipment, right? They need. But crucially, it didn't stop them, did it? It didn't stop them. They just had to persevere. They had to innovate. But this Kellogg weirdo, he's like the reason that all these kids in America today, a century on, are walking around, with, I don't know. It's really weird. The idea that as soon as you get like a newborn baby, you're like, quick, get a scalpel. We need to fix it. It's like, it's kind of fucked. I always thought it was. It's like the first thing babies in the world, and they're like, we need some unnecessary surgery. You're like, what? But anyway, it all ties back to this Bell End and cornflakes cereal. And I think that's interesting. And I've known that loosely for a while. I've not got into the weeds about it. Now I sort of read up more about it, but I just think it's still kind of mad. Every time I reread that or rediscover that, I think that's just like, what a mental fact.
Crazy.
I
never knew that. I've learned.
You didn't know that at all?
No.
So what about any of it?
Not the whole. I knew the names of the people who made Coke cereal. That's as far as it went.
Yeah, they just feel like, mate, they are mad at you for what you've been doing. That's what I'm just saying, okay?
Well, it's their fault for putting a big chick on the front of the box, I'm saying.
Bok. If that's what you need, mate, jeez. All right, fine. Anyway, Kellogg's.
All right. You ready for factuals?
I do, yes, go on.
I've just skipped two of my facts because you started them.
That's what I do, man. I'll just fuck shit up.
You can fuck shit up, yeah.
Fucking start a riot! Sorry.
No, that's
you
fine.
can't give me a cue like that, you prick. That's not...
Vents on the roof. That was the guy who was talking his shit. I do like it. He's funny. He's a nice guy. The most expensive breakfast on the planet was served to coincide with West End's Breakfast at Tiffany's opening for $37,000. So that'd be less in pounds, obviously. Theatre lovers enjoyed the feast hosted by Charbon French raspberry liqueur before Holy Goldie funny word. Holy Goldie Light production starring the breakfast included a croissant covered in edible gold and jewels, Barleduc hand-seeded red currant jam.
Barbaduc. So Barbaduc jam, yeah. Gotta catch him.
Kopi Luwak coffee.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I've not had another Kopi Luwak for such a long time. And a champagne and Charbon cocktail. Yeah, we'll go with that. I call it Chambord cocktail. All this was served from a bottle covered in gold and encrusted with real pearls and diamonds. Wow.
I assume they sold some.
One, more than likely.
Probably.
I didn't see how many.
You also win a T-shirt saying "Chief Dickhead." What a bellend's gonna like? Oh, pearls in my breakfast.
I don't understand. That will fuck your teeth up.
Shouldn't eat. I don't think you eat the pearls, mate.
I'm sorry if they're serving for breakfast. If I'm paying for it, I'm fucking eating it.
Well, they have armour plated your bloody croissant with gold. You're like, ow,
my ice cream bar.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, sorry, but honestly, you'd eat that, your shit would look like a bit of a jazzled afterwards. That's not right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that shit, cray.
Oh, that's not cray.
All right. I've got a few factettes. How much more do you got, actually?
I've got one.
Okay. I'm going to bang. I've got a bunch. I'm just going to do the quick facts, okay? March 25th, which is quite soon, is International Waffle Day. Waffles. Everyone's been told now. There's no excuses. Next fact. Peru has a breakfast drink made of fish juice. Don't be racist to Peruvians. They love it. Russian breakfast traditionally includes caviar.
Oh.
And before cereal in the mid-1800s, the American breakfast was not all that different from other meals. It was just another meal. It wasn't breakfast special in any way. But middle and upper classes ate eggs, pastries, pancakes, also oysters, because oysters they were very prolific in certain parts of America, boiled chicken, and beefsteaks. Because I think beef was so common in America in like the 1800s. They just had beef for everything, so they all died of cholesterol, I guess. It was just so much beef. Anyway, so all right, and I've got one proper fact after all those. So go on.
Right, this is my last bit then.
Final countdown.
Well, I'll leave it at that. Scientists have uncovered a statistical relationship between a person's character, lifestyle, and social class, and whether they like their eggs boiled, fried, scrambled, or as an omelette. Before we continue with this fact, Dan,
Go on.
how do you like your eggs in the morning, or eggs in general?
Don't really like eggs.
You don't really like eggs. Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
Don't like spam.
spam, albatross and spam. Poached egg eaters tend to be outgoing, listen to upbeat music, and have a happy disposition. Boiled egg eaters are disorganised, standard. Fried egg fans have a high sex drive. Scrambled egg lovers are more guarded. Omelette eaters are self-disciplined. That's it. You are what you egg.
I apologise.
That was an excellent fact.
Oh, God. All right.
I'll leave that excellent alone now though.
Fucking hell. Oh. Shall we go on?
Oh, that's cracking.
Oh dear. You must be joking.
Oh, lay me another fact.
Oh mate. That was so lame. Oh crap. Oh, okay. In the 17th century, there was a breakfast referred to as morning soup, which was essentially
Oh,
what?
that sounds horrible. Morning soup.
It wasn't though, which is essentially beer and stale bread.
Okay.
I think you dip the bread in the beer. I don't understand why. Meanwhile, in the 18th century, Thomas Jefferson introduced waffles to the United States after encountering them in France, where they came from.
Standard.
France. Additionally, during the Middle Ages, some Europeans believed in the medicinal properties of morning dew, and they would collect it and add it to their breakfast beverages.
So they lick leaves or squeeze leaves.
I assume they get some window runoff, some sky juice.
Just hold out the hands and wait for it to...
But they just thought, ooh, it's all wet out here. Let's drink it. Good for you. It's got to be.
Suppose.
I mean, to be fair, morning dew it is synonymous with freshness. It does scream fresh. You come out and it's all dewy.
Now, whenever there's
Jewish. Sorry,
the morning dew on the grass as well. The one thing that annoys me most is if you're walking in a field and you've got trainers on, they're fucking soaked, and then your socks are soaked. Your morning's ruined because of the morning grass dew and stuff. It's soaked your feet, and then your feet are going to smell, and then you're going to get sore, and then you're going to have a day at work, and you go, oh, my feet are sore, I can't walk anymore, you have to sit down. They go, stop sitting down, James, you've got work. Oh, but I can't do this anymore. Go home, you're fired. I go home, I cry, and say, oh, sorry, I can't make dinner anymore. We haven't got any mates put on the table to make food. In case we've got muesli left. And then I smile because she said muesli.
Even in that low point, she saved you. She saved you, man.
She saved my life.
Even with your bullshit first world problems as my feet are a bit wet and it made me sad.
No, it made me lose my job.
No,
Did you not hear my
You made you lose your job.
Sorry.
Take some fucking responsibility.
I'm sorry.
You made me sick.
Yeah.
Important though.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I think I'm all factored out.
I've expeculated.
Oh, good lord.
Lordy.
Hang on a sec. Okay, I'm going to go and get the required props for your segment, Mr. Jambosh.
Yes.
Or Chambon, shall I call you? All right, hold on. Hi there. Do you find things that you say aren't very clever, interesting, or worth saying at all? Would you like to sound interesting, maybe even intelligent? Maybe you would enjoy knowledge bombs. Knowledge bombs gives you insightful facts to repeat to people to make yourself sound like you have depth of character. Insightful and well thought out facts, opinions and conversation starters are constructed by a team of deep and very interesting people. They don't need to know the truth. They don't need to know the hollow, empty nature of your character, the lack of any individuality. The fact that you identify as a cat person, a wine drinker, political, religious or even vegan-leaning individual. No. With the insightful nuggets from knowledge bombs, you'll have the regular people fooled. They won't have a clue about the true, vapid, awful person that you are. Knowledge bombs, because sometimes the truth is just too horrible. Please visit www.toolbag.com/isuck.php/fuck you. Fuck you.
Welcome to James's Fortune Cookie Corner, where we discuss fortune cookies in a corner, in a room, but it's not in a corner, we're on a sofa with a dog for James's Fortune Cookie Corner. You ready? Time to bring me the crunch. Ooh. So again, here with my esteemed colleague Dan again, and we're gonna fact your fortune cookie. Go.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Your experience is your gain. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
Is there no more on that?
Well, it's German.
Can you read the German? Because you done such good last time.
Dein Gewinn ist deine Erfahrung. Dein Gewinn ist deine Erfahrung. Dein Gewinn ist eine Erfahrung. Your experience is your gain.
Okay, so yeah, self-explanatory. So your experience, you get experience, and then you gain stuff.
I've heard that said in better ways than that. I mean, that is clearly like a translation. It's like that thing where, like, the journey is the destination. That sort of thing. It's like, it's like.
I call that waffly bollocks.
Well, yeah, but it kind of makes sense. I don't disagree with it. I'm like, yeah, like, it's like you work really hard to get something. The working hard is that's
the experience.
The experience is the gain. The benefit isn't the prize at the end of it. It's all the work you did to get there.
I don't know. I just feel, as a fortune cookie, I'm thinking of it to say things like, "Wise man once said, prefers before buying birds and stuff," but that's just like a.
Yeah, but if you said that, a wise man said, what was that? Something about birds and.
Oh, I can't. A wise man once said, "If proverbs before buying birds fly over your head, flying eastwards over a north way from the river, when the river runs green."
You want prophecy. You want Mystic Meg. That's what you want. Is that what you're after? Because that's not what they do. They give you, vague, just. It's not prophetic, is it? It's just like, it's insight. That's what, I don't know, fortune cookies have always been. I suppose it's supposed to be fortune, isn't it? You will meet a rich person. Rub their belly. Just something like that would be kind of cool. We could write. All right, I'll tell you what. No, we've had two. I'm calling BS, James. You've had two fortune cookies. You've shat on both of them, right? All right, right now, write a fortune cookie that you would like to open.
Right now,
I want you to just think, say out loud. Say, I want a fortune cookie that you think is worthy of the great Jambosi.
So, I've picked up a fortune cookie. I'm going to open it. Snap, crunch.
Okay,
I'm taking it out. Russell, you can. There you go. Russell, taking out the little bit of paper. I'm reading the fortune cookie. James. Oh, he's directed at me. Shit, this is spooky. James, do not drive your car at 1 a.m. because your tyre will be flat. But if you right at 1:10, it will be fine for the rest of the year. Because that's a fortune.
Couple of things.
There we go.
Well, that won't fit on that bit of paper.
Smaller handwriting.
Also, how would a tyre be fine 10 minutes later?
Because if you was to drive at 1 o'clock, this is again just because the fortune cookie. I didn't fucking know this. The fortune cookie today. At 1 o'clock, when you get to a certain bit of the road, there'll be something on the road, like a sharp thing.
Okay, all right,
and
all right.
the tyre in. But
a fortune cookie can't actually give you a proper fortune because that doesn't work that way. So it has to be vague. And like the Mystic Meg, like, you will meet someone and they will be very important. It has to be like that, isn't it?
That's generic as fuck.
Yeah, it has to be generic as fuck. Otherwise you have to actually know the future, which you can't do because you're a fucking cookie. So it's like, biscuits don't know the future. They have to be vague enough that you think they might. That's the fun. Like, so,
biscuits know the future.
Biscuits know the future.
If you eat too many of me, you will have a nasty overdose of sugar, and you will have to.
Like when I open like a pack of like chocolate hobnobs, right? I open it up and there's a little tag in it. So you're going to be a fat fuck because it knows that I'm going to eat the whole pack. That is a reasonable thing to put in there. I'm like, that's pretty prophetic. Well done.
Sponsored by Hobnobs.
Hobnob chocolate biscuits. Fuck. Anyway, but yeah, so try again. Right, rewind. Try again.
Your experience is your gain.
It's fine.
I don't know. I think I preferred the other one, which is complete fucking nonsense. I think that was just Captain Generic, that one.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what you get for buying cheap fortune cookies, James, isn't it?
You could put anything there, couldn't you? Like, always follow the number 14. You're like, what does that mean? You have to be like, what the fuck? What does that mean? Oh my God, we're going to beware blinking lights. What could that mean?
How much wood could chuck wood?
That's the question.
Sorry.
It's got to tell you something. It's like, if you open it, it goes, how are you? You're like, what the fuck?
It's fortune cookie. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Have you still got that red car in the shed?
I'd put fucked up shit like, be careful with your zip. I'm like, what? What? Like,
beans.
Like, check the footwell.
No, fuck off. Toe shave omega 3.
No, wouldn't that be amazing? Don't forget to check your footwell. All right. Look in the boot. Look in the boot is an awesome fucked up thing to put in there.
No, I wouldn't buy dodgy fortune cookies ever again if I knew that shit would be happening.
I like fucked up fortune cookies. That might be a thing we have to make.
Dude, that's got to be. We could sell them like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's something in your shoe. Something living in your shoe. There's a spider in the toilet.
No, that's a big ass fear of me. I've seen that.
Arachnophobia. I think everyone who's seen that film remembers that. Always check out of the room in case there's a spider in the toilet. I tell you what, I was in a caravan. On a caravan holiday, and I was in those little toilets, and I was having a dump. I was sitting in the toilet, and it's like really narrow and small, right? So then the toilet roll's hanging. It's like right next to my hand. It's so close I can barely get my little hand on it. So I'm like, okay, I'm rolling it. And as I roll it, this fucking tarantula comes out from inside the tube, and I'm stuck in there. And I'm like, I'm making all these like high pitched noises that they're like dogs locally. Like, what the fuck is that? No one can hear me, and I'm just like, I'm kind of a bitch for spiders. And
was it an actual tarantula? Or was it?
It was just a big. It was in the middle of it. I'm in a caravan. I'm in the middle of a field, right? It's just a decent sized spider. But it was right next to me. Is the thing. It was like it's right there, and I'm in the most vulnerable you can really be. All right, and I'm just sitting there. just wanted to wipe my bum. I didn't want that. But yeah, But consequently, I check bog roll tubes all the time. I don't even think about it. I just do it all the time, and I always half expect there to be something in there, because they get you when you're least suspecting it.
So next fortune cookie, check the bog roll.
Check the bog roll. Check under the rim. They're there. They're everywhere. For every one human, there's 4,000 spiders in this country.
Nope.
Probably. Facts. Anyway, good night, good luck. And what should we talk about next week? Frogs.
Frogs. I like that one.
Well, frogs is boring. That was the throwaway one. You know, frogs.
Oh, okay. So
it's like frogs or amphibians. No, that'd be really dense and
different colours. And some
poisonous. I don't see colours, so I can't do that.
Okay.
We did with history. We did breakfast, which has to be something broad where there's some fun to be had.
Board games.
Board games.
Sorry, I'm sitting in front of board games. That's why.
All right. The sea. Well, no. Boats. I don't know. We could do something like humans at sea. I don't know. That's sort of murder.
Ooh.
Fucking murder.
It's been a murder.
Murder. His hands are everywhere.
Hungry for hands.
There's blood in my stool. That's different. Oh, okay. But yeah, so we could do that. Or pillows. I don't know.
Fortune cookie. Check your stools.
Check your stools. Inspector Puro, I need a stool sample from everyone in the room, especially the butler.
No, it's always the butler.
He's like, it was you.
Oh.
Smell the crime on you. So I'll put a survey on the podcast, and you can pick, and we'll do a thing next week, and it'll be grand. Be grand, mate.
Survey on the podcast page.
Night, God bless. Have a lovely time. I'll see you buggers next week.
Love you. When your horse needs new styles, you don't need to look for miles. Don't just stare, wrap his head in flair. Get your new horse hats, they're oh so rare. From the stables to the racetrack, our horse hats will lead the pack. So buy yours now and don't delay. Your horse will love it so much it will shout nay hey. Horse hats, they're a sight to see. For every equine, from a pony mare so free. With colours so bold and designs are divine, your horse will shine. Ooh, so fine. So saddle up and don't delay. Get your horse a horse hat today. For fashion and function, these hats are key. Make your horse from the steed. Horse hats, they're a sight to see. For every equine, from a pony mare so free. With colours so bold and designs are divine, your horse hat will shine. Ooh, so fine. Horse hat sponsored by Whiskey, Wine and Wisdom. Say nay to fashion.